Hi, I'm Brenda, and I'm from the Bay Area, and this is my story. So I grew up in a Christian home. Both my parents were always super involved in the church, and I always knew of God, but I never knew I could have like a personal relationship with Him. So I never really started seeking that until I got older. So I would say that my turning point for me was probably my freshman year of high school. It was right after quarantine had just ended, so the whole world was kind of still in a funk. And I don't know, I was just really desperate. I was kind of hopeless at the time, just looking for answers, looking for it in all the wrong things. And then I started going back to my youth group because it had just opened up again. And then we went to camp that summer. And then that summer is when I truly felt the presence of the Lord on my own without my parents for the first time. And that's where I gave my full yes to Jesus. And since that day, I've been fully devoted to Him. So one of the huge markers in my faith, one of the pivotal moments it was like a few weeks after I had been baptized. So I was saved at my summer camp, and then I got baptized in October, and then this moment happened, I think, in November. So it was right when I had just like fully began following Jesus. So like I had some growing pains, and then I was at a worship night, and I was dealing with a lot of just anxiety and stress that every Christian goes through. And I just remember worshiping with my whole mind, body, soul, strength. And then it was the first time I heard the Lord's voice like tangibly. I remember it was he said Psalm 46:10, which is the verse where it says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations and the earth." And I just remember falling to my knees and just weeping, because it was the first time I had truly heard the Lord. And I was like, okay, Lord, I know you see me, I know you hear me, and I was just so thankful for His presence, and it was just a turning point in my life. Okay, so when I was looking into colleges, I had never planned on going to a Christian college. Like, it had never even crossed my mind. When my parents brought it up, I was always like, no. But I started looking for colleges like my sophomore and junior year of high school. I looked into going out of state to like some schools on the East Coast. I looked into Point Loma in California. And then the summer between junior and senior year, my best friend and I, we came to visit some schools down in Southern California. So we visited a few schools down here, and then we came to Vanguard, and I just really liked the campus. I remember my tour guide was super sweet, and she was super like spirit-filled, and I could just tell she really loved the Lord. And just by praying about it, and I had some friends who are alumni from Vanguard, and they had nothing but amazing things to say about it. And originally I came in as a business major, but I always felt a conviction in my heart about being a theology major in ministry. I had first felt the call kind of when I got saved. There was an altar call about students who wanted to go into ministry, and I didn't raise my hand because I had just started my relationship fully with the Lord. And I remember when that altar call was happening, I just felt like a conviction in my heart, you should be raising your hand. And it was kind of scary at the time because I didn't really know what ministry consisted of, but just throughout the years of serving my church, being around pastors, being mentored by some pastors, I still kind of wrestle with the call of ministry, but I'm doing my best to be obedient and just giving my yes to the Lord. So I'm halfway through my first semester here at Vanguard, and going into college, I was kind of nervous and stressed about just the social atmosphere, how many friends I would have, and how good of friendships they would be. And I prayed about that for a long time, and I feel like the Lord just truly, He exceeded all my prayers, gave me more than I had asked for. And I've met so many people here who truly love the Lord and have a pure heart for Him. And it's just been super encouraging to find friends who are like me and similar in their faith walks, and also have older students to look up to. And I feel like the Lord has truly just had so much favor over me here in my first semester, and I'm really excited to see what the rest of my years are going to look like. And we just had Encounter, I think 2 weeks ago, and I was really expecting. I'd been praying about Encounter for a few weeks before, and I was really expectant. I had an open heart, and the Lord just truly met me. I really felt like I had some unbeliefs that I hadn't known that I had until He brought it out night 2 for me. And when it was brought out, I wept and I repented. And now my new prayer is, Lord, help me in my unbelief, because I didn't even know I had it until I asked the Lord to search in me any offensive way in my heart, and he did, and he showed it to me. And that's my testimony from Encounter, that the Lord really, he did encounter me. And he showed me that I did have some unbelief in my heart that I needed to wrestle before moving forward. So one thing I want to encourage every student watching, just every student on campus, is that when you truly start following the Lord and seeking his kingdom above everything else, literally he'll provide everything. You just have to keep seeking first the kingdom, and then everything he's just going to add on to you. And you don't really even have to seek the world or relationships. You just have to seek the Lord first, keep praying about things, and he really will just provide all of it. It's so beautiful. My whole life is just a testimony of how seeking first the kingdom changes your entire life. And my cup overflows because I've kept seeking his kingdom in every circumstance. And that's what I encourage you to do.